All right, what's going on, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to look at YFI. Okay, this is Yearn Finance. This one was a viewer request. Okay, so I'm trying to pump out some of the viewer requests because I do those every week, and they've kind of just been piling up. So I'm going to go ahead and bang out a few of those. Remember, if you have any cryptocurrencies, any stocks, or maybe a strategy you would like me to explain or make a video on, I do those viewer requests every week. So let me know down in the comments below. We're going to jump straight into this video. We're going to give a complete breakdown of the entire, chart of the cryptocurrency. Okay. So the first pattern that was easily identifiable, okay, was this head and shoulders. All right. So it's going to be this right here. Right. What we have is a very nice left shoulder. We got a head and then we got a right shoulder. Okay. And if you can look here, okay, this is the beginning. This is your target. Okay. For the bearish move. Right. And we went ahead and hit that very, very nicely. Okay. Now, when that pattern formed, we started to actually form a descending wedge. Okay. And that's what these lines are right here, right? A descending wedge is actually a bullish pattern. Okay. And what you're going to see is you're going to see the price action zigzag in between these areas until you get a breakout to the upside. Okay. And we did that very nicely. We got the nice breakout there. That was a very nice trade if you were able to enter into that. And we'll zoom in a little bit more, and we can see we're starting to repeat some patterns now, right? We're getting another head and shoulders. Okay, we got our left shoulder here, got our head right here, our right shoulder here, and again, you're looking for where the move starts, and it starts right there. And we went ahead and hit that target. So again, another clean pattern. That was three patterns right there you could have traded off of, or you could have, possibly entered or exited some positions based off of those patterns, right? The next one we're going to look at is something that's pretty simple, but not too many people seem to know about, right? And it's going to be a double top, but it's also going to be some divergence. Okay, so take a look down here, right? Again, down here is going to be our relative strength index. This is the RSI. And what you can do is you can start to look for a divergence. A divergence is when the price action is doing something else, right? So the price action is going up here, but we look at our RSI and it's going down. Okay, so when you see the RSI going down, but the price going up, that's what's known as a bearish divergence. It indicates that you may see some bearish activity in the near term future, right? So not only do we have a double top here, right, where we come up, okay, and we hit the same price levels twice and top out, okay, kind of forms an M pattern if you look, right? You could call it a double top or an M pattern. And then we also had that bearish divergence, okay? So that was a nice little indicator that we could see some bearish activity. We've held support pretty well right here and went ahead and rallied up. All right, and we'll take a look at the next pattern that formed, and it's the opposite. Okay, it's actually a double bottom or a W pattern. Okay, and you can take a look here and see, here's our bottom. Here's our bottom. That's the double bottom. Okay, and again, I drew it out here, a nice W pattern. Okay, and you can see here we came up and hit that target very, very nicely right there. Okay. And in that process, we formed another chart pattern, which is known as a bull flag. Okay. And so the way that I like to chart up my bull flags, right, is you're going to have your flagpole here. Okay. And this is the move, right? So we came from here all the way up to here. All right. That's our move. That's our flag. And then the flag, or that's our flagpole. The flag itself is going to be this bearish channel. Okay. So a bull flag has a bearish channel, and you're waiting for a breakout of that bearish channel. And then what you do is you'll duplicate this drawing. You can come here, okay, and hit clone, right? And then you'll just drag that to the top of your channel, all right? And you can see here that we clearly hit that price target, okay? So, we got the bull flag right here, okay? Then we got the breakout. We hit our price targets up above. So that was another clean pattern that's fairly easy to identify, okay? And again, we'll zoom in here and we can see that we have another double bottom slash W pattern. All right. So we have our bottom here. We have our bottom here. We have a nice W. Okay. And we were able to hit those targets as well. And look at that wick. Look at that price action on this wick. Okay. We're going to zoom in a little bit. And when you really start to understand how candlesticks work, right, you start to realize that, these big wicks, these big, insane wicks are really crazy. Okay. The way the candles work is that we opened here, we ran all the way up here, and then we came back down and closed at this level right here. Okay. So to me, this was strictly like technicals and algos coming in here to hit these price targets, right? The price went up real massively, and lots of people took profit on that play. Okay, they come in here and they see the potential. There's lots of sell orders right here, and then we drop back down. Okay, um, so that's just a good example, I think, of the technicals fueling some of the price action, right? And we'll zoom in a little bit more, and we can see here the next pattern that I was able to identify, okay, was another head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay? And we come down and we are able to hit the target, hit that move very, very nicely again, okay? Fast forward into the future, and now what are we seeing? We're seeing the opposite of a bull flag. We are seeing bear flags, okay? And again, it's the same thing, right? You have your flagpole here, okay? And then here's our flag itself. And once you get the break, you get the move to the downside, right? So we broke through this bearish channel right here. I have a very big bearish red candle right there. All right, and we come down, we're able to hit the target on this bear flag, okay? Then from there, we form what's known as an inverse head and shoulders, right? So a lot of times when you see this really, really dramatic price action, right? When you see something, just falling very, very much, right? This is a very, very big drop. All right. A lot of times, things are getting oversold, right? If we look at our RSI below this dotted line here, these little dots, this is the oversold levels. Okay. So just because it's oversold doesn't mean it has to recover right away. We were oversold at these levels, consolidated, and then dropped back lower, right? But what I did like was that, we formed a left shoulder here, we formed a head right here, okay, and we were still in this oversold territory. And, things don't tend to live in the oversold territory, right? So when things are oversold, you can start to look for potential buy entries, and you want to have some patience, okay? As I just demonstrated, just because something is oversold doesn't mean it can't go down further. But now you have a little bit of an area of interest, right? So now it's starting to pique your interest. All right, we saw that we got a nice little bounce right here. Okay, we come over and we got our right shoulder. Okay, so the pattern's already drawn there, but very nice inverse head and shoulders. And again, we come over and we're able to hit the target right there. Okay, and now it's some of the recent price action. What I am seeing, okay, is a triangle pattern. All right. We did get a nice triple bottom here. Okay. You could say it's a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders, but I don't like to call it that necessarily. Okay. Because the head is supposed to be the one making a lower low. So what I would identify this as is a nice triple bottom, right? 1, 2, 3 bottoms right here. Okay. And we got a nice move upwards. All right. And in that formation, we are basically have been holding this very key support level right around, I'd say like 8107, I guess would be the level right there. Now this has been a major resistance level in the past, right? And so the way price action works is you flip resistance to support and you flip old support to resistance. So we have been trading above this level. All right. And that level has now given us this triangle pattern. Okay. So we have our nice triangle right here. This is what's known as a descending triangle. Okay. So it is technically a bearish pattern because it's a descending triangle. All right. But the movement heading into this was bullish. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind. All right. So we have been teasing and dancing. Okay. We got the triple bottom right around that level. And you can see we're really consolidating. Okay. What I've done is I've taken the fib high or the swing high, okay, to our swing low over here. And this is going to give us all of our price levels using the fibs. Okay. So really we need to make above 9,023. Okay, if we are above 9,023, then we're above the 50% retracement on the fibs, and that is leaning towards more bullish, right? And then above there we have price targets of 1029, 11,897, and 14,048. All right. But really, the key level that I'm mostly going to be watching is this one right here, 78.37. Okay. So not only do we need to hold this 8107 level from our descending triangle, but the fibs are giving us a very nice support level below there of 78.37. And I want you to see that once, let me zoom in just a little bit more for you guys. Okay. So it's a little bit clearer. All right. So what you can see is that the price action has been respecting it, right? We've been respecting this level. And when we do fall below, look at where we find support. we're finding support right at the 382 retracement level on our fibs. Okay, so 78.37 is going to be a really key level. And if we do break that level, most likely we're going to head down towards 63.70. Okay, and that would align with the bearish pattern of the descending triangle. All right, so hopefully you learned something new in this video. If you did, please go ahead and like the video. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And don't be afraid to subscribe as well, okay? Remember, I do those viewer requests every week. So if you want to see your cryptocurrency or your stock even in the next video, make sure to comment below, and I'll be happy to get to it as soon as I can. And also, if you like this video, I think you really will like one of these next videos. So go ahead and click on that too.